Now, just as disgusting as all of this is the fact that there's still members of the media who are trying to cover for Jussie Smollett. I don't understand how CNN can even pretend to be objective while they have Don Lemon on this story. Don Lemon, you'll recall, he said openly that he was texting with Jussie Smollett in the middle of the story every single day. Here is Don Lemon of CNN saying just that about a week ago.
He has to deal with discrimination as a black man. Then on top of that, he has to be gay, and he's out.
Yes.
And then fame.
Yes.
And fame is not natural. And so I knew everyone would be picking apart his story. It's not for me. That's not my concern.
Right,
My concern is
right.
mine. So every day, I say, I know you think I'm annoying. I can show you a text. I know you think I'm annoying, but I just want to know that you're doing.
Oh, okay.
That you're okay.
Yeah.
If you need somebody, you can talk to me. Because there's not a lot of us out there.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Sometimes he responds, sometimes he doesn't. He responds and says, you are not annoying.
What a hero. Don Lemon, what a hero. And that's what journalism is all about, isn't it? Reaching out to people who participate in race crime hoax, in hate crime hoaxes, reaching out to them personally, making sure they're okay. Instead of asking questions, Don Lemon is in this business. We used to call it journalism. And in journalism, when you see an account that does not hold water for more than 30 seconds, you're supposed to be asking questions, but Don Lemon says, listen, I'm not going to ask any of those questions because he is a black gay man, and I am also a black gay man, so I know what black gay men in the United States go through, and that means I was just reaching out to make sure he was okay. I wasn't going to ask him a single question. I was going to ask him, so 2 a.m. on a Chicago street, MAGA country, really? Wasn't going to ask that. No, I was reaching out to him because why? It fit the narrative. Wait till you hear what Don Lemon had to say last night as Jussie Smollett was preparing for his own arrest. Wait until you hear that. We'll get to that in just 1 second. First, let's talk about the sheets upon which you sleep. We are never going to agree on everything, but we can all agree that we could all use more sleep. Getting a great night's sleep is easier and more affordable than you think. You don't need a new expensive mattress or sleeping pills. You need to change your sheets. That's why you should check out Boll & Branch. Everything Boll & Branch makes, from bedding to blankets, is made from pure 100% organic cotton. That means they start out super soft. They get even softer over time. You could buy directly from them, so you're essentially paying wholesale prices. Luxury sheets can cost up to $1,000 in the store. Boll & Branch sheets are only a couple of $100. Everyone who tries Boll & Branch sheets loves them, which is why they have thousands of 5-star reviews. I love my Boll & Branch sheets so much that my wife and I actually tossed out all of our other sheets. That's how good they are. Even 3 U.S. presidents sleep on Boll & Branch sheets. Shipping is free. You can try them for 30 nights. If you don't love them, send them back for a refund. But you're not going to want to send them back. They are that comfortable. To get you started, right now, my listeners get $50 off your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com. Promo code Ben. Go to bollandbranch.com today for $50 off your first set of sheets. That is Boll & Branch, B-O-L-L, and branch.com. Promo code Ben. Go check it out. bollandbranch.com. Promo code Ben. So, Don Lemon, very, very objective CNN reporter. Super duper objective. Not like Sean Hannity. Doesn't pretend that he doesn't say that he is an opinion journalist. He says he is an objective reporter. And he is so good at the objective reporting that he never asked Jussie Smollett a single question because as a black gay man, black gay men who claim that they are victims of obvious hoaxes, we shouldn't ask them questions. So last night, Don Lemon goes on TV and he's still trying to defend Jussie Smollett. I mean, it really is amazing. So he says it's not Jussie's fault he lost in the court of public opinion. Seriously, this is what Don Lemon is saying on primetime CNN. It's insane.
In the court of public opinion, Jussie has lost. He's lost the fight in the court of public opinion. Yeah. And that's where his battle is. Whether legally, if he has to go, whatever he has to serve, if it's jail time, if he has to do probation, if he has to pay, whatever. But in the court of public opinion,
it matters.
It matters. And he lost that because of how, and not his fault, maybe people were, I don't know what they were saying to him, how maybe because of his representatives, who knows.
I don't know.
But it was handled poorly.
Oh, that was the problem. It was handled poorly. Not that he lied to the entire nation, including the Chicago Police Department, about being beaten on a Chicago street in the middle of the night by 2 white men wearing MAGA caps. I mean, this is insane. Journalisming everywhere. So much journalisming. My goodness. Explosive journalisming from Don Lemon. That guy is a journalist. I mean, that's some serious journalism. He didn't just say that. He said his real concern is that conservatives are going to eat Jussie's lunch. So I guess we're no longer worried about a lynch mob. Now we are worried about a lunch mob. So here is Don Lemon on CNN worried about the lunch mob that is going to eat Jussie's lunch. I mean, frankly, Jussie is going to be served prison commissary food, so I don't think anybody wants his lunch. But here is Don Lemon.
This is playing out every single moment in cable news. Sean Hannity's going to eat Jussie Smollett's lunch every single second. Tucker Carlson is going to eat Jussie Smollett's lunch every single second.
President of the United States.
The president of the United States is
That's right.
going to eat his lunch. And who does the president of the United States watch every night?
You.
Cable news. Yeah, well, cable news.
Okay, cable news is going to eat him up. That's the real problem here. The problem is not that he hoaxed America. The problem is not that he lied about a huge swath of people. President Trump just tweeted out a few minutes ago, Jussie Smollett, what about MAGA and the tens of millions of people you insulted with your racist and dangerous comments? Hashtag MAGA. And the president is not wrong about this. The president, now, look, should the president be interjecting on these sorts of issues? No, the president should not be interjecting on these issues any more than President Obama should have been interjecting on Trayvon Martin or Michael Brown. But Trump is not wrong on the actual substance of his comments, which is that this was a massive slander against at least half the country. And not only that, it was Jussie Smollett attempting to rip open racial scabs, rip them off in order so that he could benefit himself and so that he could push a narrative that is absolutely untrue. And Don Lemon's main concern is that people are going to be mean to Jussie Smollett. Oh, wow. What a rough life Jussie Smollett has and had. Again, if you want to show me evidence the guy's mentally ill, then we can talk about sympathy for Jussie Smollett. Unless you have any evidence he's mentally ill, then he is a piece of human debris. He is filth. He is filth. You racially hoax like this, and by the way, it is true that you end up degrading the accounts of other hate crime survivors and degrading the other stories of crime victims. You end up denigrating the Chicago Police Department, who are attempting to do their best in a city rife with crime. And you are willing to testify to send other people who are innocent to jail? Yeah, my sympathy level runs a little low for Jussie Smollett. Not Don Lemon's, though. Not Don Lemon's. He says that his big concern here is that black and gay people are most affected by the hoax. Of course, because Don Lemon is an intersectional leftist. That is all Don Lemon cares about. He is not a journalist. He's an intersectional opinion leftist on CNN, and he is portrayed as an objective journalist. And then the entire media goes nuts when CNN hires a partisan Republican as one of their political editors, one of their many political editors. Yes, because CNN is a bastion of objectivity with Chris Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo's brother, and Don Lemon on every night, just spewing leftist nonsense. Here is Don Lemon doing just that last night.
To certain groups of people, even if they were skeptical, they said, I hope this is not true. Black folks, gay folks.
Of
you
course.
know, people were like, oh my God, I hope he's
and you know why? And you know why black folk and gay folks say that? Because
they're real victims of.
Well, because they are real victims of homophobia and of racism, but also because unfortunately we tend to all be painted with the same brush when one person does wrong. And that's why we always say that when something goes wrong, is we hope the person is not black, we hope the person is not gay.
Yeah.
And nobody is painting all black people or gay people as hoaxers because Jussie Smollett was a hoaxer. Nobody is doing that. And this is, you can see the media already attempting to draw this narrative. So what they're going to do, they're already preparing to make the exact same mistake. You can see it happening in real time because here's what's going to happen. A month from now, somebody is going to do the same hoax. Somebody's going to do a very similar hoax, maybe not as egregiously botched as this one, maybe not as stupid as this one. Maybe he's not going to hire his personal trainers from the gym for $3,500 and a personalized check to go down to the local hardware store, purchase some rope, bleach, and red hats, and then go out in Chicago at 2 a.m. and claim that they're in MAGA country. Maybe they're not going to do that. But there will be somebody else who makes a false claim. And then when people on the right say, listen, you know, evidence, that might be like a good thing. Then the left will say, the only reason you're asking for evidence right now is because you're racist. It's because you look at Jussie Smollett's case and now you say that all black people or all gay people are hoaxing. And then maybe that one turns out to be a hoax. And the media say, well, you know, the real problem here is that now everyone's going to paint all future hate crime victims with the same brush. And then it sets it up for the next race crime hoaxer.
Everybody wanted to be his friend. Here's Don Lemon over on CNN bragging about how he texts his new pal Jussie every single day. He's got Jussie's cell number. That's how close they are. Really tight.
My concern is for him.
Right, right.
And for his well-being. Every day, I say, I know you think I'm annoying. I can show you a text. I know you think I'm annoying, but I just want to know that you're doing.
Oh, okay.
That you're okay.
Yeah.
If you need somebody, you can talk to me. Because there's not a lot of us out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Sometimes he responds, sometimes he doesn't. He responds and says, you are not annoying.
You can talk to me, Don Lemon says, because there aren't a lot of us out there. Well, here's the translation. Us means people who've been oppressed in the ways that Jussie Smollett has been oppressed. Lemon is letting you know that he's in that group too. Yes, he's a highly paid news anchor with his own TV show, and yet, like Jussie Smollett, Don Lemon is a holy victim. So there's a mad scramble over who's the victim here. Who is the victim? Well, there is one. What Smollett did was not a victimless crime. There's no such thing as that. An entire group of people did get slandered by this hoax. Regular people from outside the coastal cities. People with the wrong political beliefs and the wrong skin color. Smollett and his many defenders savagely attacked these people and are not apologizing for doing it. Instead, they're telling you, you hear this everywhere, that the real losers here are the authentic victims of hate crimes who won't be believed the next time. Okay, that's fine. But what about the innocent Americans they just poured venom on for 2 weeks because it matched some bigoted stereotype they had about middle America? What about them? There's no mention of them. Don Lemon would very much like to keep up those attacks on those people. Attacking them allows him to feel oppressed. That is why when Smollett was finally caught, Lemon reacted in a very puzzling way. He didn't seem especially concerned that his buddy had lied to further divide the country to hurt America, which he did. No. That wasn't the real problem. The real problem, according to Don Lemon, is that Smollett's arrest might discredit the cult of victimhood.
This is playing out every single moment in cable news. Sean Hannity's going to eat Jussie Smollett's lunch every single second. Tucker Carlson is going to eat Jussie Smollett's lunch every single second.
Yeah, because when you tell the truth about a hate hoax, you're the real hater. What's the cost of this attitude so floridly on display to our society? What does it do to us? Well, think of it this way. What would happen to your kids if you woke them up every morning by telling them that they were victims? No matter how hard they worked, people would always hate them just for who they are. What if you did that? Would that be good parenting? Would it make your kids stronger, happier, more successful? No, it wouldn't. And good parents would never do that. Good parents tell their kids to take responsibility for their lives, not to blame others, to work as hard as they can to overcome obstacles. That's what good parents of all races and all backgrounds tell their kids. And if you don't believe it, just ask 10 well-adjusted, accomplished people if their parents allowed them to feel like victims. Again, it doesn't matter where they're from or what they look like. Ask them, did your parents tell you you're a victim? And not one of them will say yes. And yet we tell our citizens just the opposite. And you see the effects very clearly in the workplace, for example. In the years after the 2008 recession, there was an enormous surge of claims of workplace bias of all kinds. There is still no evidence that bigotry itself increased at all during those years. And yet when people felt threatened by a teetering economy, they knew that claiming victimhood status would give them an advantage. Can you blame them? No, you really can't. Not really. They didn't write the rules of our society. They're just following the rules that people like